Today, I'm using only a shiny Pawmot to try and defeat all 8 gyms in the post-game gym challenge, where each leader is at their most powerful. And just to complicate things, every team will also be completely randomized. So, let's get to it. I'll start things off by training up my Pawmot and teaching it a diverse set of moves. After I feel confident in my grinding, I head towards Brassius, the Sunflora Town gym leader. And the stage is set, with everyone's favorite windmill in the background. And Mr. Avant-Garde himself leads with the Flareon. And in no time, I come to the realization that I need to diversify my move pool even more. But I still take Flareon out. Brassius follows up with a Caparajah, which we one-shot with a close combat. I'm pretty confident around this time that this won't be a long, drawn-out gym challenge, and I should be more than capable with the grinding I already did leading up to this point. Yep, of course. Well, time to diversify that move pool and EV train its HP stat. Also, Pawmot has been nicknamed Redichu. I am determined to do no more training moving forward and only use strategy. So, I head back to re-challenge Brassius. I am well prepared this time for whatever gets thrown at me. Turn 1, I use Dig and take Flareon out with no problem. Caparajah, again, only takes 1 hit. Poltegeist comes back out, and I only use 1 Dig and almost kill it. But, instead, it decides to take itself out with Memento. Okay. Iron Thorns is up next, and I'm so glad I learned better moves. This thing meets 2 digs back to back.
And it's gone.
Leaving only his ace Pokemon, which is a Dartrix. So, I Thunderfang it 2 times. And that's gym number 1 in the gym challenge complete. And I waste no time at all and make haste for the olive fields to challenge gym leader Katie. I'm sure no other gym leader will cause that many issues for me going forward. Hopefully. So, let's get straight to it. She leads with a Squawkabilly, which I one-shot with a Thunderfang, followed with a Basculin. Surprise! Thunderfang again! Happiny comes out and meets a close combat and faints. Bellybolt is her 4th Pokemon and it survives a dig, but goes down to the play rough that follows it, leaving only her ace Pokemon, Lurantis. And I mess up and use Dig, which barely does anything, and it almost one-shots me with Solar Blade. But I follow up with a close combat and secure the 2nd win in this gym challenge. So, I take off towards the next gym leader, that being Tulip, the lady whose dress auto-magically has things that flap for some reason. She opens the battle with a Roly-Coly, so I use 1 close combat and send it back to Galar. Serena is up next, and I decide to use Play Rough. and it almost takes her out, but isn't quite enough. So, I play rough again and finish her off. She has a colossal and roly-poly? Okay. Close combat again. Done. Her fourth Pokemon is a day-form Lycanroc. I use Dig, and one turn later,
And it's gone.
leaving only her ace Pokemon, Crocodile. Ugh. I had some real bad experiences in my randomizer against a Crocodile. So, I took what I learned from that situation and applied it here with a play rough, making that my third gym in this challenge complete. Believe me, later on, things get really bad. But right now, I'm on a hot streak and haven't gotten overconfident yet. So, I decide to head out and ruin a girl with pointy teeth stream. Ayano leads with a drift blimp, and I pop that balloon with a single Thunderfang. She follows up with the Sandy Shocks. So, we dig a hole and bury it. Slitherwing never stood a chance, only taking one play rough to defeat. Out next is Toxapex, and it only took one Thunderfang. I thought this Pokemon was a lot more tanky, leaving only her ace Pokemon, a Brute Bonnet, which we almost brutally destroy with a single play rough, but it hangs on just barely and hits me with a Spore, putting me to sleep. Yay! Everyone's favorite! So, a few turns later, and we wake up and finish it off with another play rough. Gym number 4, conquered. From here, I take off towards Grusha, and this is where things start to halt my progression. Grusha leads with the Frostless. So, I hit it with a Thunderfang, and it gets so close. But Frostless survives, and hits me with the Burn. But I still take it down next turn. And now, for the Pokemon that gives me the most trouble out of this entire battle, Fortress. I lead with a close combat, and it does almost nothing. So I think, hey, maybe I'll use a Thunderfang, I don't know. Yeah, that just tickles it. And it proceeds to use Explosion. And yeah, that leaves me with almost no health left. Skiddo comes out and doesn't go down to a play rough. Instead, it uses Double Edge, killing Radichu. But I haven't lost faith. So I immediately head back to the gym for a re-challenge. And the battle goes the same as before, so I will speed up to the point where Skiddo is thrown out again. And this time, Skiddo goes down to a single close combat. But I still faint due to being burned. With that in mind, I head into my inventory and equip our Pawmot with a Rost Berry, which will cure my burn. So, back to the gym again. And yeah, I'ma speed it up to the point where Skiddo fades. The fourth Pokemon Grusha sends out is a Glalie. And it only took one close combat to get that thing out of here,
And it's gone.
leaving only Grusha's ace Pokemon, Pyroar. With it being a fire type, I figured it would only take one dig to knock out. But it terrestrializes into a normal type and proceeds to hyper voice me, knocking me out for a third time. Ugh, this gym. So, I heal up and immediately head back to the gym, and we're cutting straight to it. After a crazy amount of immense luck for this entire battle, Pyroar is the last Pokemon for me to defeat. And now knowing that it terrestrializes into a normal type, I body it with a single close combat, finally defeating the 5th gym leader. So, I take off for the ghost town. Now, here we have double battles as this gym's main gimmick, and it won't let me bring only one Pokemon into the battle. So, I add a super weak level 7 Charcadet that will do nothing and contribute in no way. Rhyme leads the battle with a team of Tendimouse and Stonejourner. I set up our main man to lead off with a close combat towards Stonejourner, knocking it out in one hit. While Tendimouse targets our baby Charcadet and takes that out. Rhyme follows up with a Basculin, so I introduce it to a Thunderfang. And Tendimouse continues to just hit me a few times with Population Bomb. Next up is Appleton. So, I play rough with it, and that was all it needed. Tendimouse again continues to hit me with Population Bomb, leaving only her ace Pokemon, Dragalge. I assumed it would turn into a Dragon type, and I guessed right, because one play rough later,
And it's gone.
this time, Tendimouse turns around and hits me 8 times in a row with Population Bomb. So, I finally take it out with a single close combat. That's the 6th gym down. It feels so good to not get wrecked multiple times. But, spoiler alert, it probably happens again. I set my sights off for the Water Town to go fight against Kofu, the dual eyebrow guy, who leads off with a Venonat. And I use a play rough, but it's not enough. So I follow up with a Thunderfang, and that gets the job done. Out next is a Hisuian Electrode. It leads off using grassy terrain, and I dig underground. The next turn, it uses Explosion. I'm so glad it's faster than me, because I was still underground and didn't get hit at all. Kofu throws out a Frostmoth, and I gave it only one close combat before it faints, leaving only his ace Pokemon, Vespiquen. Surprisingly, he does not terrestrialize this Pokemon. Huh. And only a couple of moves later, Vespiquen fainted, which was pretty surprising. With that, is gym number 7 complete, leaving only Larry. So I set off directly to his gym. Larry leads off with a Dolliv, and I one-shot it with a close combat. Out next is Iron Treads. and I forgot its type and almost get bodied after I use play rough. But I follow up with a close combat and fix the situation. Next out is Toxtricity. So I dig underground and bury it. Fourth up is Poltergeist. So I try to hide underground with dig to hit it, but it's not enough to kill. And I get hit with a Shadow Ball and faint. I waste no time at all and head directly back to the gym. And since we just saw all the encounters leading up to the Poltergeist, that's where we'll pick up. This time, it goes down with only one play rough, leaving only Larry's ace Pokemon, Toxapex. And surprise! 2 Thunderfangs later, and it's gone. Completing gym number 8. And that completes our gym challenge. This episode took so long to edit, but I'm happy with how it turned out. If you have an idea as to what Pokemon I should use next for a gym challenge, leave it in the comments below, and I will re-randomize everything and take it on again. If you enjoyed this episode, leave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Catch you next time!